Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Burfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. 15 fantastic felines across the UK are battling it out for the Cats Protection League's National Cat Awards. Who's going to be the hero cat? The furry ever friend? The most caring cat? Outstanding rescue cat? Purina Better Together cat? The Cat Protection Award? Or the most pouting pussy? We'll find out later today at the Savoy when they have their big, whopping, great big event. And I'm delighted to say, to tell us more, is Jessica Jane Stafford. How are you?
Hello, I'm sorry, I heard what you just said and I can't stop laughing.
No, you mustn't.
I heard your little gag.
How are you doing, Jessica?
I'm great, thank you. I'm here today. We're at the Savoy Hotel. I don't think I've actually been here before. It's absolutely stunning. I knew it was going to be, a lovely day, but it's just completely exceeded my expectations. It's stunning. It's such a good event.
When I spoke to you, when you picked up the phone, I said you're delicious, and you are. I've been Googling you for about 3.5 days. What a blessing beauty is, because let's face it, nobody likes an ugly fella like me, do they?
I don't know what you look like. I can't see you.
Did you ever watch Heidi High? Sue Pollard, a bit like that.
No, I never saw Heidi High. I think that was a bit before my time.
Do you know Olive from On the Buses?
No.
I tell you, when I got to know you was on that Real Hustle, which was just wonderful. We had Alex on the show back in the day. It was a big hit, that programme, and that was the sort of catapult to fame for you, wasn't it?
It was, definitely. I started that. I think I auditioned for it when I was 19, then it got commissioned and started filming it properly when I was 20. And it was one of those shows, we had no idea it was going to be so big. I think it was the longest running show on BBC Three. And every time we finished one series, we were like, do you think we'll get commissioned again? And then like 2 would get commissioned in one go. And then next thing you know, we're filming again back to back. I was filming it for 6 years, 11 series in 6 years. It was definitely the most successful thing I've ever done.
It's incredible. And it seems like since then, magicians and other people have taken that format and turned it into big business. It was almost before its time, wasn't it, in a way?
It was, definitely. And, we kept up to date as well, with regards how people get scammed, with the internet and all these new devices that are coming out, the iPhone. So we had to just keep updating our scams. But we kept some of like the old school Oliver Twisty sort of scams in there as well, the timeless ones. But no, it was definitely before its time. And everyone keeps saying to me, do you think they'll do it again? And I was like, I never know what to say because I don't know. I don't know if they would want to reboot it. I mean, it was very popular. I don't really know why we stopped doing it. I think we probably just ran out of scams.
Yeah.
Well, the problem as well was we were getting recognised quite a lot. So we'd spend the whole day setting up a scam, walk in a room, and they go, "Oh, Real Hustle," and we go, "Oh God, that's it," and that's the whole day gone, and obviously all the money and everything. So I think that was becoming quite a big problem as well. So we stopped when it was really popular, though. It's better than carrying on until it eventually just dies out. It's
really interesting looking at your CV as to what you are. Do you now regard yourself, well, I presume, firstly as a wife and as a mother, but as an actress, as a model, as a TV presenter? Because you've sort of done the lot.
I change depending on who I'm talking to, basically. But I mean, at the moment, I've not done presenting for quite a few years now. I've not done modelling since before I had since before I fell pregnant with my little boy. But I'm just acting. That's all I've been doing really over the last few years. So I tend to say actress, I reckon.
Yeah, you did Casualty and stuff like that, and I see on your Twitter you've just done a film.
Casualty, though. Everyone's done a bit of Casualty.
Well, I played a proctologist in 1988, but we don't talk about that.
Oh, did you?
And,
very nice.
Yes.
I don't actually know what that means.
You
are terrible.
I was going to be Dr. Cervix.
No, I've got to write these down.
No, they're very old. Ask Dame Edna. Anyway, the thing is, when I look through your CV, you've done a lot and you're constantly working. And I guess that's the skill, isn't it, in this business? Whether it's I'm a celebrity to build profile to then sell yourself on, or whether it's meeting your husband on another show, you've got to keep working. You seem to do that magnificently.
I do, and you know what? There's 2 really important things. Number 1 is just having the talent. You've got to keep working on your talent, making sure you do a great job when you are doing whatever it is that you're doing. And secondly, you've got to have the best attitude. You've got to be great with everybody. You've got to be happy, smiley, thankful to be there. And eventually, you get offered one job, and then you get offered another job with someone who met you on the first one, and you just kind of start networking naturally. And that's how I've always managed to get work.
Yeah, being nice is really the easiest skill you can have.
Nice, because you know what, they can always find someone who can act just as well as you or better, but with a great personality. So it doesn't cost anything. It's the best advice I could give anyone, is just be kind when you're on set.
I always say the reason I'm still at it 20 years later is I turn up on time and don't fall over the furniture. And actually, it does get you a long way, doesn't it?
Turn up and don't fall over the furniture.
I think so.
I'm going to add that to my tips as well. Don't fall over the furniture.
People don't like that. Damages cost money.
That's so true.
And then we look at your life as a mother. I mean, has this changed your perspective on everything? Because in a way, everything else becomes irrelevant. It's nice to be on the telly, but to have a child in a bed sleeping well is a much bigger and better achievement.
I feel like, oh God, that's what it feels like. It feels like such a big achievement. I was like, oh, my mum. I mean, I can't remember life before kids. I was born to be a mum. I loved it. I loved being pregnant. I obviously love trying for kids. That was quite fun as well. I love giving birth. I love everything about being a mum. And I was saying to someone earlier, it's made me. I've become very squeamish all of a sudden. I've become very sensitive. I wear my heart on my sleeve now. My kids are my heart. Everyone knows my weakness. It is my children. And I'm a totally different person. I can't watch any horror films anymore. Can't watch the news. I mean, I've just turned into such a big softie.
Is it because the world scares you then? Is that what it is?
It does. It's a really scary place. And I never used to really care because I only really had to worry about me. And you always think you're completely indestructible, but when you've got children, all of a sudden everything does become really scary, and I'm just like, I don't want to go there, I don't want to do that, this can't happen. Scared about taking them swimming, scared about taking them to the park. And my husband's just like, you've got to chill out. He balances me. We're the complete opposite. He's not worried or anxious about anything, and I'm worried and anxious about everything. So we're a lovely little team together.
I used to do a phone-in on BBC Local Radio, and my producers led my audience to believe there's a paedophile on every corner and a rapist on every corner. And actually, in reality, there isn't, is there? You can hear these stories, and they're so rare. For most of us, the world is a wonderful place, a happy place, a joyful place.
Well, it is. And do you know what? I read somewhere, I was reading The Secret the other day, and then someone else who was reading it, they said the best thing to do is don't watch the news. Just don't watch it. Don't invite all that negative, because it's bad news that should be renamed bad news. There's nothing ever good on it.
No.
So I just, try not to go on Facebook too much. It's all bad news on that as well. So
that's why I had to leave the BBC. See, it's full of journalists, and they're soulless people that get excited when people die. I mean, it's a very strange occupation, isn't it?
Well, it sells papers, doesn't it?
Know.
It's, bad stuff. So no one wants to be like, oh, Shelley from down the road, she's living today. Woohoo!
Yes.
No one's really that bothered, are they?
Nobody ever put on the front page, Belfield's man tits are down to a B cup. Nothing like that, did they?
See, I don't understand any of what you just said, but it sounded funny.
It did.
And I would definitely look up by the paper if it said something like that.
Let's finally talk about animals, because you love them. I mean, you've been involved with PETA for so long.
Yeah, I'll do anything for them.
And of course, you've been anti-cosmetic testing, and this is perfect synergy with the Cats Trust. I mean, you just think that, as I do actually, that there's such beautiful things, and they're equal to us. The idea that we are bigger and smarter than them doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. I mean, everyone says, you either love animals or you love pets. A lot of people are pet lovers, but not a lot of people are proper animal lovers. And I mean, I've grown up with animals. My parents are really, they've got so much love and passion for animals. I've grew up with like hamsters, guinea pigs, cats, ferrets, you name it. I grew up with it, dogs, and the animals have always just played a huge part in my life. And I've never had a day in my life where I've not owned a cat. And my mum and dad used to foster them, so we had 20 of them at one point, and they were all in my bedroom. I was only about 7, and I was like, I really want them all in my bedroom. So they all slept in my bedroom, and it was lovely. I had to run home from school to see them. So cats have always played a really big part in my life.
I think you're a huge personality and a great star, and I thank you for your time today. The Cats Protection National Cat Awards take place tonight at the Savoy, and I wish you really well with your career. You're one of the few people who actually deserves to be where you are. You're funny and you're clever, and you do what you do brilliantly. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Lovely to talk to you.